There have been more Israeli strikes on the Gaza City neighborhood of Zaytun in the past few hours. Smoke can be seen rising over the skyline from an earlier attack. Nour Al Saqqa joins us now. Nour, you are with Doctors Without Borders, or MSF, Field Communications Officer in Gaza for them, and you're joining us from Gaza City, the target of this new Israeli military plan. Now, Nour was just reporting that no medical teams are allowed to reach the Zaytun neighborhood, which is near Gaza City, where Israel's attacks are concentrated right now. I was wondering, do you have teams operating in or near Zaytun? And if so, what is their level of access and what are they seeing?
Now, what our teams are reporting is that still our teams in Gaza City are receiving daily injuries, daily attacks. Our teams and our beneficiaries as well are suffering from indiscriminate attacks that are targeting them. This is increasing the amount of injuries and daily injuries and killings that we're seeing in our different facilities. Now, we don't operate in Zaytun neighborhood per se, but we operate in many clinics in Gaza City and support a hospital, a maternity ward in there. So honestly, the indiscriminate killings, the amounts of mass casualties we're seeing on a daily basis right now hasn't stopped, but only increased in its scale.
Did you say your teams, meaning MSF medical personnel, coming under a direct attack?
Now, our MSF teams are in our facilities. Now, our facilities currently are not under direct attacks, but we receive patients who are coming from these affected areas in various injuries.
Okay. MSF has reported in the recent past, I'm moving on to something slightly different now, has reported in the recent past getting a surge of injuries and people who need medical treatment each time there is a food distribution at one of the notorious Gaza Humanitarian Foundation food sites. Is that still something that you're witnessing, people getting injured as they try to get food?
100%. Not only are we seeing this on a daily basis, but we're seeing people getting killed as well. One of our facilities is located in Rafah, nearby an aid distribution center. And still, despite it being a PHCC, meaning a primary healthcare center, we are receiving daily injuries and killings from the distribution sites. People who are coming with gunshots, with different injuries, with various types of injuries related to these distribution sites, and they go only seeking food. They go out of desperation and they risk their lives to access aid, which is still inaccessible due to Israel's siege that we are still witnessing. Despite some limited amount of trucks coming in, they are completely insufficient. And we're still seeing most of the population having no access to them, forcing them to go to various distribution sites where they risk their lives, where they're getting deliberately shot by Israeli forces, as we've seen from our first-hand medical witnessing and from our medical data that prove this.
Nour, I'm very glad that you brought this up because I wanted to ask you about this. Look, we know that Israel has denied, against all facts, that they denied that there was starvation in the Strip. They're wrong because there is starvation in the Strip. We know that. They have also then said, phase two, that there was a problem and they were going to fix the problem by sending in a little bit more aid. In fact, they said a lot more aid, the words of the Israeli Prime Minister. So my question to you is, have you seen a significant impact of more food coming in? Do you see that materialize?
Honestly, this is completely absurd because the amounts of trucks coming in are nowhere near sufficient. I mean, according to the UN, we need at least 600 trucks a day so that like the humanitarian needs, the basic needs are met, which is unmet right now. What is happening is that less than around 100 trucks or less sometimes are getting in. The UN is reported these trucks getting looted, unfortunately. So this is all. What we're seeing is that still it is not enough. It is insufficient, and on a daily basis, we are screening children and pregnant and lactating women who suffer from malnutrition. So the problem is all kinds of aid getting into the Strip right now. Not only are they insufficient, but they are deathly. They're leading to death and hundreds of injuries that we are seeing and responding to on a daily basis across different facilities around the Strip. So it's not only in a single PHCC or in a single hospital. Almost across many of the places we operate in, we are seeing this on a daily basis, people getting killed for food. And the problem is malnutrition and this crisis we have reached to is not gonna be solved by allowing a few trucks in. The only way forward is a full, aid entering at full scale without any restrictions, and the restoration to the UN-led humanitarian system that actually works, that is guaranteeing access to food in a safe and dignified manner. Because what we're seeing now at US-Israeli-backed food distribution system is orchestrated killing. And on the other hand, this between 4 children and pregnant women and lactating women, we are screening in a single every single day. One of them is malnourished. So this number is insane if you think about it. The amount of people suffering from malnutrition is not something that happened overnight, but it's something that happened because of a systematic siege that has went on for months.
Yeah. Nour Al Saqqa from Doctors Without Borders. Look, we really appreciate you taking the time to come on and speak to us. You're speaking to us live from Gaza City, the largest city in the Gaza Strip, which, we repeat, Israel has announced it is going to seize and said it's going to force everybody out of the city. So you're working under very difficult conditions. We appreciate you taking the time. Thank you very much, Nour.
Thank you.
Don't miss out and get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.